What's going on, people of the internet, and welcome your wonderful faces back to another Minecraft 1.21 snapshot. We're starting off in the title menu here because something amazing has just been introduced. Well, hopefully it's amazing for you guys, but for me personally, I think it's kind of cool. Although to be fair, I have neither nor opinions of it. I just think it's good because it's something different, something brand new. But if you go over to the options menu here, they've replaced the dirt background with the rotating with this, look at it. So every UI that has the dirt texture has been replaced. What that means is on Java, because this is a Java only thing, so your pause menu, your title screen menu, your create world screen, that's all been changed. So if we go over here, every option will have this rotating thing. But what is needing to note here, in case you're wondering, it looks a little bit too busy. If you go over to accessibility settings and you go over to blurriness, you can change how blurry it can be. So if you just want this like with the unblurrified of it, you can. I prefer to probably just keep it about 50 because it's midway for me, and when the update rolls out we will probably get a different sort of panorama view type of thing. But the next change of it will come into when you actually create a new world. So we have the new changes with the tabs. That's been here for a while now, but if you actually look, you can actually see the whole menu thing. I'm moving my mouse around like you can actually see. So it's different. If you've got any feedback for the Mojang team, if you look in the description down below, I will actually link the discussions tab. I've not actually seen what people think of this yet, just because I didn't even know this was a thing. I am a few days late on this, so I apologize for that. But if we go over to the resource pack, if your sense of nostalgia is so strong, if you put the programmer pack in, you do have the old sort of dirt thing, which it's important to know. There is a little bit of a bug with it. You can't see it because my face comes in the way, but on the other side you can still see the thing. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it again, but yeah, that's something to know. So here I am in a brand new world which I've just made. So if you ever make a brand new world in 1.21, or even any older worlds that you port in to the new update, if you go over to your pause, that's not pause. If you go over to your pause menu, you will literally have your world in the background. To me, this is a little bit too blurry though. So again, if you just go over to accessibility, we can just jot it down. You could either have it completely clear or just have it a little bit clear, and it works out quite well. The change does not affect books. So if we go over to, that's not how you spell book and quill. If you go over to book and quill, nothing changes here. If you go over to chests, still exactly the same. So other than the other UI changes introduced into this update, another change has to do with the end poem. Now, hand on heart, I'm a very old alpha player. I'm a boomer of Minecraft, and I've never actually read the full poem. I've not even watched the full credits because it takes half an hour, and that's half an hour of my time. However, if you were to read all such amazing pieces of art, basically that's what it is, you jump in, we've got some other than the fact this is now the second take I've had to do on a completely brand new world because I messed up the first time. If you kill the Ender Dragon, the end poem, which has been a staple since Minecraft's release, the background has also been changed. Now, hand on heart, I have never actually read the full end poem, and I'm a Minecraft boomer, an alpha player at that, so this will be really interesting to see. I've never actually seen the full thing, but I know basically what it is, but the background has changed. If you were to dive on in, you now have the lovely end particles with some beautiful music. Our very famous boglins have also been changed. They've had a new model update and a texture change, and I don't know. They kind of look a little bit funky. They look better, but the mushrooms kind of make them look a bit dumb. They look really swampy though, so that's a cool thing. Now, I think Minecraft has taken a page out of the Last of Us franchise in terms of when it comes to the clickers. If you guys know that that show and game franchise, basically the clickers are everything happened because of a fungus infection which infected the whole world. Basically, that's the rundown of it. And I think these are basically the same, very similar to how the mushrooms. So if you were to shear them, you'll get an assortment of red and brown mushrooms and defungify them. I'm not sure if the fungus will grow back, but I kind of like them better without the mushrooms, so to be honest. The mushrooms make them look a bit funky, but you know, they're here, and it just so happens this new world I made is in a swamp biome, so we might actually see some spawnage, because we didn't actually look around properly. See, okay, yeah, we've got another guy spawning. So yeah, other than that, nothing much has changed of them in terms of like UI and stuff, or whatever it is. So as predicted by everybody, I might add, since the announcement of Wolf Armour can now be dyed in a very simple and straightforward manner, the same as leather armor. So we go over to our workbench, we put our armor in, we put our dye in, and then we can dye it and then put it on a wolfie. And then we can also dye the collar, so you could have multiple different combinations as well as a name, and it kind of looks really cool. Now, one thing that I do not know is if it will change depending on what version of Minecraft you're playing on. So obviously in Java, which the vast majority of people do, to dye leather armor of any kind, you just put your leather armor in the workbench or in your head, and then you just combine it with dye, and that's fine. On Bedrock, it works very differently. You've got to get cauldrons, you've got to put the dye in the cauldron with water, and then you've just got to tap or click the armor you want to dye in the cauldron and stuff. It's quite a good system, a system I kind of hoped would come into Java. I'm not sure if it will be the same on there for Wolf Armor. So until the Bedrock preview beta comes out, we won't actually know. But for now, just assume for Bedrock players to dye Wolf Armor, you will need to use the cauldron method. But for Java, it works basically the same as the leather armor, and it looks so cool though. The armor looks so much better in color than it does randomly. It just looks like a different breed of dog, but it looks so cool. So here I have a dog, and his armor seems to be a little bit chipped. In fact, armor will now actually, the wolf armor especially will now actually show breakage, like similar to like an iron golem and stuff. So the only way to repair it is with armadillo scoops. You just sort of right click and it will become better again. So the armor will break. It's not invincible like wolf, like horse armor, which this makes me feel like wolf armor at some point will also be broken, maybe in a similar system to this. You'll actually get to see wear and tear. So as the wolf takes damage, the armor will slowly break, so you just have to repair it with scoops and everything will be fine and dandy with your wolf armor. So other than that, the next biggest change happens to be code based and command based, and in fact this is so important, I need to emphasize this will quite possibly break data packs and maps with custom items. Now, hand on heart, I know next to nothing about how Minecraft code works. I don't mod. I don't even make my own resource pack. So I don't even dabble with commands. So how this is mentioned in this changelog is very confusing to me. So I'll put up like a little link in the description down below. Hopefully it will be worth it to some of you guys who actually do use the data packs and stuff, but it's very extensive and there are changes to it, and they did say it might break something, so I thought it might be more, it warrants actually saying what it is. So hopefully it doesn't break something important that you've made, but if it does, I'm sure there's a workaround for it. So anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. If you want more Snapshot videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave your feedback down in the comment section below. And if you're excited for this update, we're 3 months away from its estimated release, and there's no name for it yet. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Adios.